Hello and welcome back to the Transform Awards Europe, where I'm delighted to be joined now by Ascend Studio and their creative director Paul Croxton and Harry Stewardson, who is the senior designer. Perhaps Paul, first of all, you could tell me a little bit about Ascend and what you guys specialise in.
Sure. We're a strategic brand agency. We're based over in Farringdon in London. We operate globally. We've been running for 18 years, and throughout that time we've worked pretty much everywhere in the world and across all different sorts of industry sectors as well. At the moment, we tend to specialise much more in technology and some B2B, real estate, etc.
So it's a really fascinating client that you've been shortlisted with tonight, Automated Architecture. Could you tell me a little bit about what they do as a company?
You're right, they are fascinating. They are working in the robotics space. Okay, so essentially they're building houses using robots. It sounds mad, but it's actually possible. Obviously robotics has existed for a long time from the car manufacturing industry, etc. The problem with a very antiquated industry like construction is the integration, and I think that's where they've nailed it, particularly in the fact that their tech stack, as it's called, integrates sort of seamlessly into the design and the construction and the supply materials process. So it's quite some feat in terms of not just the technology, but I think the passion and the purpose of the project as well. It's entirely sustainable, works with local materials and things like that. So it's a project that we absolutely jumped on, and super excited about being here tonight and up for a Creative Strategy Award for it.
Absolutely. It'd be interesting to see how you guys get on. But what were you actually tasked with doing as part of this project?
So it was the full remit really. So brand strategy. So it's really taking what you could consider a bit of a tangled up brand story that they had and creating a concise, compelling narrative that's easy to understand. So that was the strategic part, focused a lot on the narrative. But also in terms of actually how can we bring to life the way that their tool operates. So you've got sort of the purpose piece and then sort of the how, if you think of your Simon Sinek sort of why, how, what, the how piece is really fundamental to a fledgling business. So they're at Series A funding stage. So a lot of focus in terms of drawing in investment. As well as partners. So the strategic focus was intense, really, to make sure we got that right. Linking the design system through to actually how their tool operates and its core sort of distinctive attributes. That was the next challenge, and I know Harry's going to talk a bit about that in a minute. So it was the strategy, the identity system, and the website as well. So it's a starter website at the moment, but we're hoping to build that out as the business grows as well.
And coming over to you, Harry, perhaps you could tell me a little bit about the strategy, sort of filling in on some of the details there.
Mm-hmm. Sure. So with the strategy for automated architecture, the line that encapsulated everything was the building blocks of a better future. And where that came from was basically on where their software system begins and how the whole thing works essentially is that it's based on a voxel structure. So voxel, if you don't know, is basically the 3D version of a pixel. So that's how the whole system works, and that their blocks are only one singular shape. And they kind of repeat those in all sorts of different patterns. So a little bit like Lego, really. So the building blocks of a better future really kind of helped us form the design system itself, all the way down to, as I said, they use a single block. So that informed our type choice. We chose a typeface that only comes in a singular weight. So there was lots of different areas of the decisions that they've made over many, many years that, obviously we didn't have that same length of time to do the identity, but we could take inspiration from some of those decisions that they've made, as I say, over years, and then kind of reflect that in the identity itself. Even the construction of the symbol, both founders, Molly and Jill, were very kind of keen on the symbol. The way it was constructed, it would actually be possible to construct it based on their system. So nothing was kind of embellished on or elaborated in a way that wasn't true to their system, basically.
Fantastic. And coming back over to you, Paul, perhaps you could tell me about some of the results of this project, if there's anything you're able to mention, or just how well it's been received post-launch.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's a fairly recent project, so we're yet to get solid results in, but I know it's been very well received in the industry. I know they've got a lot of press and PR from it, and certainly a lot of positive feedback from investors as well, and it's opening doors, and that's what a company of this stage needs, and that's what we're there to help them with. So.
Fantastic. Well, thank you very much, Paul and Harry. It's been a delight talking to you both, and we look forward to seeing how Ascend Studio get on tonight at the Transform Awards Europe.